So Tony, right now it seems like wage and hour law is a really hot topic. What are you seeing happening? Any interesting stories you've seen?
Well,
Any lessons to be learned?
not only does it seem like it is the hot topic, from individual cases all the way up to class action suits, wage and hour is the #1 claim that we'll see. And unfortunately, it's one of the toughest to defend if you are an employer because it's all about documentation. We're seeing that audits are being performed now by the Wage and Hour Division of the Department of Labor, where if they identify someone who's very diligent in recording start time, leave for lunchtime, return from lunch, and then leave for the day, if they're all start at 8, go to lunch at 12, come back at 1, and then leave at 5, the Wage and Hour Division sees that as very unusual because it's not typical. Your typical employee is going to have a little bit of variance in arrival times, departure times. So what we are doing internally is encouraging people to record actual times, not just the actual number of hours, but the actual start and end times. Because it's very important when we are faced with a wage and hour claim that we have proper documentation that supports that wage and hour law was followed to the letter. Another issue that goes along with that is recording of overtime. One thing we saw over the last 18 to 24 months was actually sort of a dip in recorded overtime because employees were trying to be the good soldier and show their employer they're willing to put in the time, but don't worry, I'm not going to charge you for it because I want to make nice with my boss and be noticed for being a hard worker. When in fact that actually puts your employer obviously more at risk. So as much as employees want to help by not recording their overtime, they're putting their employer at significant risk for a wage and hour claim. Because what goes along with that is not just having to pay that overtime, but there also may be waiting time penalties that are associated with that. And the penalty is a full day's pay for each day that the employer willfully withheld wages due. So for $100 that wasn't paid, that can turn into thousands of dollars just because the employer willfully said, well, we're good, we'll make it up to you some other way. And that becomes very costly.